Deep in the heart of England lies a village so perfectly preserved, it feels like a secret frozen in time. Welcome to Bberry, a village that's so quiet even Google Maps struggles to explain why it's so often ignored. But today, we're pulling back the curtain on this Cotswolds mystery. Tucked away in the Cotswolds, Bberry is a place where time seems to stand still. Imagine this: narrow stone paths, centuries-old cottages and tranquil riverside views. Yet it's a place most people pass by without giving it a second thought. Why? We're about to uncover this hidden gems mystery. Bberry isn't just a village, it's a living museum. These 17th century weavers' cottages on Arlington Row are so iconic. They've appeared on UK passports and inspired poets like William Morris, who called Bberry the most beautiful village in England. But what truly sets Bberry apart is its sense of untouched beauty. Unlike the crowds that flock to neighbouring tourist spots, Bberry has no gift shops, no queues, tour buses or long lines. Instead, it offers a quiet charm that seems to have been untouched by modernity, simply unspoiled beauty. And let's talk about Arlington Row. This iconic row of cottages was once home to weavers who made cloth for kings and nobles. The cottages still stand today exactly as they were centuries ago, thanks to the village's dedication to preserving its heritage. The architecture is almost surreal, with honey-colored stone and ivy-covered walls, all set against a backdrop of lush greenery and flowing water. So why does nobody talk about Bberry? Why does this picturesque village remain England's best-kept secret? Let's break it down. Size with just 600 residents, Bberry is easy to miss on a map. It's so small that even Google Maps can barely keep up. Unlike bustling tourist towns, Bberry has managed to keep its low profile despite its stunning beauty. Local rules: no tour buses allowed. That's right. Unlike the crowds in nearby towns, Bberry keeps its roads narrow and undisturbed. The locals take pride in the peace and quiet, which they work hard to preserve. You won't see big signs or flashy advertisements here. Bberry's charm is meant to be discovered, not forced. Deliberate secrecy travel writers have been in love with Bberry for decades. In the 1930s, one such writer famously declared that Bberry was too perfect to share. And the world listened. It's almost as if the village sought out its own invisibility, choosing to stay off the radar for decades. The world has only just begun to notice how incredibly preserved and undisturbed this village is. Historical significance. The village's trout farm, established in 1902, still operates today using medieval fishing techniques to this day. This ancient tradition adds to the village's charm, and it remains one of the last places in the country where you can experience such a time-honored way of life. But Bberry's mysteries go deeper than its stone cottages and quiet streets. Let's delve into the untold stories that make this village so unique. Take the church, for example. Built in the 8th century, this ancient building has witnessed centuries of change, standing tall long before the Norman conquest in the 11th century. If the walls could talk, they'd tell tales of a village that has survived wars, plagues, and changes in power. And then there's Arlington Row, where the wool weavers once lived. These cottages weren't just homes, they were workshops, and the weavers here supplied cloth to royalty. This humble village played a crucial role in England's textile industry, but with the arrival of the Industrial Revolution, many of these small villages were left behind, abandoned in favor of more industrialized towns. This is why Bberry remains frozen in time, untouched by modern development. So, if you want to experience Bberry in all its quiet glory like a true explorer, here's how you can visit without anyone noticing you're there. Arrive at dawn. The first light of day on Arlington Row is nothing short of magical. The early morning mist creates an almost ethereal glow on the cottages, and you'll have the entire village all to yourself. It's like stepping back in time without a soul in sight. This is when the magic happens. Stay in a cottage. Bberry has very few rentals, but if you can find one, Staying in one of the historic cottages will make you feel like you've stepped into another era. Waking up in a centuries-old home with nothing but the sound of birds and the river is an experience that can't be matched. Walk the Warden's Way. This hidden trail takes you through the wildflower meadows and past abandoned mills that once powered the village. It's a perfect way to explore Bberry's surrounding countryside and discover why this village is so special. You'll walk through lush fields, feeling like you're walking in a landscape that's barely changed for centuries. The village pub. Bberry has one pub, and it's known for its legendary Sunday roast. The simple charm of this pub, complete with low beams and a cozy fire, makes it the perfect place to unwind after your day of exploration. You might even spot a local or two enjoying their quiet lives in this secluded paradise. Bberry is proof that some places are worth keeping secret, but not forever. This village, with its untouched beauty and rich history, is a living reminder of what happens when the world slows down and lets a place keep its soul. So, will you add Bberry to your bucket list, or will you let it remain England's best-kept mystery? Drop a comment if you're on Team Hidden Gem, and be sure to subscribe to Wanderer Secrets, like and share to uncover more hidden villages that the world has almost forgotten.